Hi everyone, this is episode 10 of the B-Roll. We are at our latest remodel in Arroyo Grande, California, and the theme of this home was Art Deco. So you'll see a lot of Art Deco motifs and shapes and bold use of color. We had a lot of fun working on this project and we'd love to show you. Come on in and take a peek. So when you first walked into this home, you were seeing saltillo tile almost everywhere. So removing that was a big deal. And then also when you first walked in, you were greeted by this big structural post and two wing walls that were at an angle. So it felt very cave-like right when you walked in. So what we did is straighten all of that out, remove the wing walls and square off this entry wall, and adding some visual interest with the wainscot paneling that you'll see repeated throughout the house, and then also accentuating it with some beautiful wallpaper. And it's a perfect complement to these beautiful walnut doors because they just kind of cool each other off and work well together. Okay, so here we are in the dining room. This used to have a half wall, and this wall came out a lot farther, really closing it in. It was also at an angle, so it felt really dated. And the ceiling detail followed those angles. So we wanted to clean all of that up and open the space as much as possible. So what we did is remove that wall, remove the half wall. Structurally, we needed to have a post at the corner, but we beefed it up a little bit so that it made sense and it wasn't going to lose scale at all when you zoom out of the room. And what we wanted to also add for detail is this wainscot paneling that you can see here. So this was all painstakingly done by our lovely contractor, and we also accentuated it with some wallpaper to kind of give it that formal feel. And it's a perfect space to also entertain because everything is so open. And that's probably one of my favorite parts of the home. Down the hallway, there was the old dining room and this room right here. And we wanted to make it an office space and also potentially a guest bedroom. So we added some cabinetry, added new carpeting, and also kind of closed it in so it didn't feel so open to the other spaces. And eventually, if they wanted to add doors here for privacy, they could. So we framed it all in. And to me, it's a beautiful room. It's tucked away and it's a little more private. But also gives them the flexibility to decide what they want to do in the space. Over here is actually a powder bath that we added. And this was all possible because we reconfigured their existing pantry. They had a large pantry that we divided up and wanted to add a powder bath here in the hallway. And so while it is small, it's super cute and totally functional. And we had some fun with it with wallpaper and again, the wainscot paneling, bright use of color, and marble and brass, of course. And then down here is the laundry room. So the floor tile we had a lot of fun with, went blue and a beautiful geometric pattern. And then we have a big sink that's perfect for washing dogs, and a large commercial style faucet as well. So it's a perfect laundry room sink, multi-purpose. So this guest bathroom actually didn't change in size, but we definitely changed it up on the inside. So we had a lot of fun with beautiful marble flooring. We did a textured vinyl wallpaper so that it would be good with moisture in here, but also add a visual element. And we went dark because we wanted to add a little bit of drama. And then we also added that wainscot paneling that you'll see throughout the house in here as well, just to add another little extra touch of detail. And I'm super happy with the way that this turned out. It feels really light in here compared to what they had, and it's perfect for their guests. The biggest change in this home was really the kitchen. So originally there was a black peninsula and a wing wall right here that blocked off your view. And then there was a large island and everything was angular and odd shaped. Not a lot of storage. And then this was where the big pantry was that took up this pantry space and the powder bath. So by reducing that size, we were able to get in that powder bath, still got them a really nice functional pantry, and then of course expanded their kitchen so that it was better suitable for 2 or 3 chefs in here at one time. And by splitting up the workstation, so somebody can be on the cooktop, 2 people can be at the sink, 1 person can be at the island prepping, we allowed them to have their family get-togethers, and since they entertain so often, this was really the best option for them. And we had some fun here with obviously the backsplash tiles, that beautiful blue glass fan, and it has a brass inlay, and so that again is kind of repeating all of the Art Deco elements. We have a beautiful custom island by Nichols Cabinetry, and it's one of my favorite companies, and we hand selected the color that we picked. We used a beautiful porcelain countertop and did a waterfall edge so that all of the seams lined up, and porcelain is extremely durable, so it was the perfect surface for us here. And of course, we did the perimeter cabinetry out of another one of our cabinetry lines and added some glass to the uppers with lights, so that way if they wanted to display any items they could, and it's also beautiful ambient lighting at night. Laying out the kitchen was tricky because we only had a certain amount of space to work with. We had a large support post that we needed to incorporate into the island, so I didn't really want it to block off too much of their view, but obviously we had to have it. So we placed the sink very carefully, and also laying out their kitchen triangle with the cooktop here, the sink and the fridge, also all relatively close to one another. We settled on this size because it gave us enough distance from the perimeter wall and the perimeter wall here, and I feel like it proportionally feels really good in the space. With our cabinets, we were really thoughtful about placement of pot and pan drawers and silverware and where you're putting your Ziploc bags, and that's something that we specialize in, so that took a lot of time to really nail, but once we got it, we realized that they're gonna have so much storage and it's gonna be an awesome chef's kitchen. One of the most important parts of our design process are really the virtual reality renderings that we do, and so when we were laying out the kitchen, we knew we wanted to see what this was gonna look like because it was so different from what they originally had. So we actually used the tile that we're gonna use and the cabinet color and the floor color in our rendering so that our clients could really get a good sense of it. And we're so happy with how close it actually looks to the rendering that I even texted her a picture of it and she's like, oh, I thought that was the rendering. So that's always really awesome to hear. And again, those are such helpful tools that you can utilize to make your remodel that much more successful. So this little wet bar area was really, really fun because we actually have an ice maker hidden behind that panel next to the sink. And initially we were gonna remove this entire wall and take this all the way up. Well, we found out we couldn't do that. So we decided to frame it in with cabinetry instead and make it look somewhat custom. So we have it framed in, we have the glass cabinetry, so our clients are gonna display all of their glassware, and this is a perfect little bar area. It's so close to the island, but it's still removed and it's not gonna clutter up that space. So it's a super fun custom part of the home that I love. So in this living room, we wrapped the wainscot paneling of that entry wall around and also wrapped the wallpaper, and this was kind of a tough one to figure out what to do with because we knew we needed something there, but we weren't sure how high to make the wall or what we really wanted to put on the wall. And so we settled on this height and also accentuating it with some crown molding. And I think the wainscot paneling and the wallpaper just makes such a pop without taking away from everything else. And I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. We hope you guys enjoyed our latest home tour. This was such a fun project to be a part of. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think.